Okay, Mario, once again, I just did a video where I show my modification here for this button, the emergency button. I put mine at the back here because it's a lot easier for me to access this as I'm holding the transmitter versus accessing the one at the front. Check out that video. I just explained how I did that. These wires are just, with connectors so that I can disconnect these things if I need to. I mean, I could have just left them as straight wires, but it's a lot easier to do it like this way. This way, in case I need to work on the radio. The one thing that I noticed that on my radio, I don't know if there, these radios are whoever's assembling this in the factory is not it's not been careful in assembling the antenna location on these transmitters. My antenna was sitting way behind underneath this PC board, so I'm wondering if that maybe had some issue with a helicopter, not with the throttle not functioning at certain times. So I relocated my antenna through this port right here. You can see that little pigtail sticking out there, right there. It's not in the way. It's not going to get damaged, by being in the underneath here and in the back. But it's a lot better with the antenna sticking out instead of underneath this PC board as it was. So that's another thing that I noticed on this particular transmitter. And so I'm just pointing these things out in case you have similar issues that I've been having with this helicopter. And so all these things count. When you're looking at these things, you're trying to minimize as many of the inconsistencies that I've been having in these flights right here. So could be a number of things, but I honestly think it is an issue with the flight controllers that are not as good, obviously, as one that you would program via rotor flight or beta flight, for quadcopters, and rotor flight for helicopters. So I wanted to do these videos to point these things out so that the viewers, or if you have a similar helicopter or a similar product with these particular transmitters, you are aware of this. This is more customized to my just to my personal feel, how I handle the radio, because this is more, I fly, as I mentioned in my other video, thumb over index fingers for more precision, and so my hands sit in the back. So for me to access from here to go to this right here in case of an emergency, it's been very, very difficult. That's why I crashed several times. Not this is not the reason. The reason is because there's something wrong with the transmitter or the settings. But for me, it's a lot easier to have this emergency switch at the back, and that's why I did this modification. Check out my other videos. Mario, stay tuned for more.